Bloody Brilliant Sport.
Yeah, g'day and welcome back to the Bloody Brilliant Beers podcast brought to you by Bluebet.
That's Clutch. I'm Das. We are the Bloody Brilliant Beers. We started out reviewing craft beers on Facebook, and now you bring you the conversations that you'd more than likely hear from the front bar at your local. And Clutzy, we're back here once again, mate.
Yeah, just for something different. We're at the Caxton Hotel. We're upstairs. It's loud, it's large, it's horny. It's fucking awesome.
It is fucking awesome. This is our weekly sports show where, as always, we ask if you're looking for a breakdown of stats and analysis, kindly
Fuck off.
fuck off and get fucked. We're joined this week by the best dressed man in all of the land.
Yes.
He looks sort of like an English soccer manager on the sideline with that jacket
He
on.
looks like a lad.
Yeah, well, that's sort of what I was getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I look like a well-sharped dressed man.
Yeah, the LA Dodgers hat is going against the soccer sort of.
If you had a bum bag on right now, I'd be scared I'm about to get shivved.
Yep.
That's just like hostile. Very hostile for a Wednesday.
It's Don.
Well. Who's been fucking hostile all year?
He's changed his tune this week. It's Donny from the
Yeah.
Donny Sports Podcast.
Yeah.
Joining us as always. Yeah, first cab off the rank. How did the Cowboys go on the weekend, bruh?
Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys going to preseason this weekend.
Yeah.
So thought this was a sports show.
Yeah.
So shame on you for not getting on top of
No,
that.
but that's okay. Good thing you did mention the Dallas Cowboys, not North Queensland Cowboys, because we know that you're not a fan of the North Queensland
And they
Cowboys.
kinda
'cause
suck ass.
Kind of suck ass.
Which brings me to my next point, and that is, are you wearing a shirt underneath that jacket?
Yeah, but it's so cold in here. It is so cold in
So
here.
we are
Give me
arranging.
frosty nips.
We are arranging for a shirt to be sent up to the Caxton to be worn for the rest of the season by Donny. Of course, if you don't know what we're talking about, we made a bit of a wager last week.
Yeah.
Broncos v Cowboys. Donny obviously, well, apparently a star Cowboys supporter, even though,
Big Cowboys fan.
yeah, well, that's what he leads us all to believe anyway. Anyway, Cowboys lost on the weekend at shock to no one except Don, who is fucking delusional. So he's got to wear a shirt that says the Cowboys suck ass all year. And we are getting one made up. It's just not here yet because we're recording this on Wednesday. But please unveil the shirt that you're wearing underneath that jacket.
It's
It's a temporary hold.
The S's!
Real Cowboys.
As we know, you're a real cowboy.
actually, now that you mention it,
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, the ass sucker.
yeah.
real Cowboys suck ass, ladies.
Yeah. At some pubs you go to, you'll be able to get yourself a cocksucking cowboy, but at the Caxton, the stockman of the Caxton, he's an ass sucker.
Oh my God. That's ridiculous.
What do you think of the game on the weekend, mate?
I thought it was atrocious, really bad, and I hated every second of it. From the rip, it looked bad. It's always a bad day when you convert 0% of your goals.
Yeah.
That is always a bad day out.
Can we just wind back? When you saw Adam Reynolds was not named, how did you feel about this whole bet situation once you saw Adam Reynolds wasn't named? Were you like happy or were you like, oh, fuck?
Oh, class, I was very confident. Oh, was I confident?
Confident enough to ask me what size shirt I would like.
Yeah.
Which story of Don's season, he's been crowing all year, and now he owes me the rest of the year's podcast in a stupid shirt and 2 cases of blokes. So, where's the chat got you, mate?
It's got me, a regular spot on this podcast. So I'm still up for the year.
Something must be going
you
all
win
right.
some, you lose more, but
Yeah,
you got to
that's
count
it.
the wins, right?
That's it. Silver linings. Silver linings.
No, it was a very, very rough Saturday. You know what the worst thing about it was? I was at a pub, and there was people at the pub wearing jerseys. It wasn't the CAC.
Yeah.
I could cop a Broncos jersey at the CAC. That is always play on, even from someone like me that's anti-jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon that's just not play on. Jerseys to the pub.
Really?
It's just weird. And then,
I had my jersey on Saturday, just going to a friend's house.
yeah, no, that's different.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just
More
like,
acceptable to go to a friend's house with the jersey than
yeah,
the pub.
I think so, because
Okay.
you're behind closed doors.
Yeah, okay, true.
And it was such a heavy Broncos presence, one that I haven't seen for a few years. So good on them for.
Almost like you're in Brisbane.
Well, well, even so, they've been a bit quiet. So they all came out of the traps for this game, and it was just so loud that I was like the only Cows fan in the whole sports bar. It was pretty frustrating the whole day. And the photo after. Did you see this?
Yeah, I think you sent it to me and you're like, what is this? And I was like,
Yeah.
it looks like a photo of the winning team.
No, but like, who does that? Who takes these kinds of photos? No one does this.
Well, I
Winners?
think they do.
It feels like a bit of a spit in the face to what.
Well,
what-
because they-
to the
I thi-
friendly derby that it is.
Well, because they're
now it's a
Queensland
friendly
champions.
derby. Okay. Last week it was in a Dyson.
Yeah.
Now fucking that must be broken, which apparently I thought they'd have good warranties
The
on those things.
vacuum, well, the vacuum's clearly broken.
Dysons never break.
It was
Yeah.
a Hoover. obviously on Saturday. It was obviously a Henry Hoover.
Someone kicked the cord out from the wall and it all went to shit.
Really quickly.
Kind of crazy after all the chat you threw, even with Adam Reynolds out, our halfback marquee player, we still managed to absolutely dust you.
It wasn't even close.
No,
That's
and the
what was
amount of
frustrating.
as I messaged, the amount of bomb tries as well.
Oh, it could have been 50.
Yeah.
It could have been
Yeah.
50.
I mean, the
This
funny
game
thing
could have
was,
been anything.
as Clussy and I have discussed at length, I was very under the weather on Saturday, and Donny was actually texting me before the game. And if you listen to our episode that came out yesterday on Wednesday, I set my alarm for 11 to get up to do some work, and then it got rescheduled to this weekend. So I literally went back to bed till 2:45, and I woke up and I had a message from Donny like, "Are you nervous?" And I was like, "I can't even think about the footy." Like, I'm
so
pieces.
crook.
Yeah.
I was like, I got to the pub an hour early.
Yeah.
I was like, we were meant to meet there at like, me and my mates were meeting there at 3. I got there at 2. Just to get one under my belt, I was very nervous.
Yeah.
And
Rightly so.
Yeah, it all kind of unraveled very, very quickly. They didn't look like they were in it for a second.
Now, because there's a lot of Brisbane superstars that listen to this podcast, obviously, do you take any responsibility, if not all responsibility, for the ass whooping that the Cowboys just received?
Well, one thing that I did want to touch on, I feel like...
Yes or no answer, Tom?
I do, and I'll tell you
There we
why.
go.
I'll tell you why. We were meant to go up to the game, but we couldn't get tickets. I can't help but feel like my presence in the stand, that felt like they were missing one fan.
You wouldn't even have worn a jersey.
No.
What difference would you have made?
Who's that guy?
Who's he support? I'm confused.
I
Why
feel
has he
like-
got a Broncos supporter next to him?
I feel like it just feels that if I was there, things could have gone differently. I don't know
Yeah.
why that is. I don't know why that is.
Yeah, sure. We're thinking about
completely disagree.
we're thinking about your involvement in the game, but not Adam Reynolds.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
sure, yeah. So what you're saying is you're a bigger out than Adam Reynolds.
I'm not a bigger out.
I would argue you simply are.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But yeah, anyway, I'll take one heavy and one mid-strength case of blokes.
But do you remember the other bet that we have?
Panthers not to make the grand final.
Yeah, so I could get back here.
Get back one case.
One
of two.
case out of 2. That's 50%.
Yeah, I'm still backing myself if Panthers won't make the GF. It's not even just to not win, it's to not make the GF.
Yeah, which is bold.
I still think they are possibly the only team that will ever have the chance of going 3 in a row.
Yeah, for sure. I just think it's highly
I think it's
unlikely.
very, very difficult.
I also
There's
made that bet at the start of the season. So
Yeah,
it's
and
not
they're
not
fucking really humming.
Yeah, they are humming.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
the
not going
only-
to deny that.
The
yeah.
only reason I'm confident about that is just because how good at footy they are. That's the only reason.
They are very good at footy.
Wanna
like
call
on, on last week's show, I was like, you know what, Panthers, I've got to lose sometime. They got the Storm this week, but so I'm tipping the Storm, and they just proved me completely wrong.
Yeah,
so
well, look, I was just going to say, I want to call Penrith Richard because they are straight up hummer.
yeah, very niche joke. Probably no one
Yeah.
outside of this room will
Oh,
understand
Dick
it.
Hummer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Donny, you talked about seeing the Broncos fans out in support at the moment, which is nice. Something else that's sweeping the nation at the moment is the Matildas.
Oh, fuck, I thought you were going to say Jeep, 6th grade.
no, which is sweeping the nation.
Yeah, but no, fucking oath, Matildas.
The Matildas are on fire. I saw a TikTok yesterday of some 60-year-old bloke say, I wouldn't be caught dead watching the blokes run around, and someone told me I should watch the Matildas, and I thought they were dreaming. Watch 5 minutes and I'm hooked.
Yeah.
How good's
It's
that?
just they're just taking over, and it's great to see. The whole Women's World Cup, we were here on Wednesday, Monday a couple of weeks ago. Ireland were playing. Streets are packed.
Mate, the Caxton didn't close till like 4 a.m. or something.
Yeah.
Love
Because
that.
it was just fucked.
What do you reckon it comes down to? People just getting around it. Like, obviously, like big fan of the Matildas and Sam Kerr and
know
everyone,
what?
but like it just seems to be all that everyone's talking about. What was the stat with the viewership? It was like 6.5 million or something.
I think of 3.64 million, which beats every single NRL Grand Final and Origin viewing back to 2016.
Huge.
Yeah.
And 5 out of the last 7 AFL Grand Finals.
Huge.
Massive.
Huge.
Which is massive.
What do you reckon that boils down to?
People always bang on about like, oh, Aussies love sport, but like it feels like a bit of a throwaway comment.
Yeah.
It just is true.
It
And it
100%
doesn't
is
matter. If we were hosting the National Bowls competition and we could fill out an 80,000 seater, we probably would.
Yeah, like if the bowls are going well and we're
if the
a chance
Bowls
of
are going
winning.
well.
Exactly.
And we got the best player in the world on our team,
Yeah.
Sam
Yeah.
Kerr. Like obviously, and people are trying to like make connections to the Socceroos. They can both just be harmoniously
Yeah.
existing.
Also,
It
I
doesn't
don't
have
even,
to
I
be
don't even, I reckon
compared
I'd
whatsoever.
know names of more of the girls than the men's soccer team.
100% I do.
But what I was going to
100% I
say
do.
is I'm with you on that because I had a bit of a think about this today. Sam Kerr, obviously superstar, one of ours, so like fucking get around her. But I think the girls are just punching above their weight, which we are all for. I don't know too much about the international football landscape, but I know that we didn't come in favourites, and I know that we've just knocked off people left, right, and centre.
And the favourites are gone.
Favourites are gone. We beat Canada, who I'm pretty sure were the Olympic champions. We beat Denmark, who we weren't supposed to beat, and I think everyone's just rallying behind the girls.
And the FIFA chairman said this is the best Women's World Cup ever.
Yeah.
And we're not even like...
Yeah.
We're only just now in the knockout
stages.
Yeah, exactly, which is pretty
The
crazy.
girls playing on Saturday night, I think, so it'll be interesting to see
Pretty
how they go.
ridiculous. Did you see obviously the US got knocked out? Fuck yeah.
No, I backed that in 100%.
And,
That ad coming in was just so pompous.
so wankerish.
So
bro,
pompous.
there was, I forgot what her name was, but it was her last ever World Cup.
Megan Rapinoe.
I think so.
Yeah.
Hasn't missed a penalty goal since 2018. Her final ever penalty shot misses. They get knocked out of the World Cup. And she was
that's
interviewed when
heartbreak,
she
though.
got back home, and she's just laughing. She's like, I know I shouldn't be laughing, but isn't it like so ironic that
The last shot.
the last shot I take, I miss,
Yep.
and that's my career done.
Do you think
I was like,
that's-
fuck.
That's like one of the most... losing a grand final would sit with you for a long, long time, but missing a penalty goal in a final would sit with you forever. Did you see... you might not know.
happened to me.
There's this Italian player, Baggio, and he missed in the World Cup, and he got it tattooed on his back. He's got a full back tat of him missing the goal.
Fucking hell.
That's fucked.
Strange
Happened to me
cattle.
in grade 12, Sport Cup semi-final.
Really?
Mr. Penn, yep. So I was vice captain with one other dude. Both vices, both missed, and then the captain stepped up and missed. We missed the first 3 pens
Oh my
and lost.
God.
Yeah. Against like Mary McKillop or something.
That's
somewhere.
so
It's too
scarred.
weird.
Well,
so it does stay with you forever.
Yeah.
I've never missed a penalty conversion. Also,
You
never
ever
taken one.
Yeah.
I've never lost a grand final. I've stepped up to the plate every time. I'm 3 from 3.
Really?
Huge,
Yeah.
In what fucking lawn balls or something?
Div 3 under 13s rugby league, under 11s rugby league, and Div 2 futsal at Brendale.
Is that like social Thursday
I tell
night
a
stuff?
lie. I lost the Div F mixed Oztag grand final last year.
That's the one you don't want to
no.
lose either. You don't want
That
to lose
Div
it.
F,
You get those sick fucking glass mugs if you win a touch grand final, so you sucked in.
And now we're in Div G, so it just gets worse.
Fucking hell. Didn't think it'd go that low. But what I wanted to bring up basically is, do you think that the nation getting behind the Tillies for the World Cup campaign, do you reckon that's a sniff of what's to come for the Wallabies? Like, do you think the
Fuck yeah.
Wallabies can generate the same amount of support?
I think it's going to be more difficult because of the time difference.
Yep.
But whenever we've got a national team playing, we get behind them.
Yep. Do you think that's just fucking spirit and like?
It has to. Well, speaking of, we just won the netball world championships as well.
Yeah.
Fuck, we're winners. Like,
How many people live here again, Josh?
We're a country of a mere 26 million people, and currently our women's netball team holds every single international championship trophy,
Huge.
and our women's cricket team currently holds every single international championship trophy.
And the women's football team's about to play in a knockout game against France.
For just a small minnow island nation
Just
like
getting
us,
it done.
that is just
And if
huge.
you listen to yesterday's pod, fuck the French.
Yeah.
You can't trust them.
No. No.
I was in here when you hit the fuck the French, and it was just so out of nowhere.
It was out of nowhere, but
Yeah.
we stand by it.
Yeah, well, so are gypsies around the fucking Eiffel Tower.
But even at the Bledisloe, at the pub, there was an equal amount of people there to watch the Bledisloe as there was for the Broncos Cowboys. Which is, I reckon, if I went around the room and said, "Let's name 5 players on the Wallabies," I couldn't have got 5 out of people. But they just see that green and gold, they're like, "I'm fucking in."
I reckon the issue that we might have with garnering support for the World Cup, like I think people will definitely still get around it, but as we said before, I think people are getting behind the girls so hard because they're batting above their weight, and I think the Wallabies almost do the opposite.
But I was listening to the Good, the Bad, the Rugby Australia today.
Yeah.
They had Dan Carter on as a guest, and they asked about his realistic expectations of the Wallabies. He's like, the first Bledisloe, he's like, you guys were actually like so far on top of us.
Yeah.
There's just 2 aspects of the game that you got to fix up. We fixed up those. They recorded it before the second Bledisloe. We fixed up those 2 aspects, which was intensity at the ruck and set piece. And he's like, oh, if you guys do that, like work on your scrum, well, set piece, particularly scrum, and your breakdown, like it's going to be very tight.
And it was very
And
tight.
someone said, like, we lost by 3 points to arguably the best team in the world.
Yeah.
Last year we played France, who was number 1. We lost by 4 points to them, or 3 points. And then I think Ireland, who then took over the number 1 spot, we lost by 4 points. I think it's just because there's some hatred towards union here.
Yeah.
Because the domestic competition is a big steaming pile of shit.
Yeah.
It is like Super Rugby is so shit.
Yeah.
I don't enjoy watching a lot of aspects of the Super Rugby. That's nothing against the players or anything. I think just we let so many people go overseas and it's not a strong competition for us over here.
And we've covered this before on the show, but coming from you, like if you're not going to be enjoying it, someone who plays every week and fucking loves it, then what does like the casual fan have?
Exactly.
What hope do they have?
Mate, the Wallabies recently, that game on Saturday, it was a fucking 12:30 kickoff during the day. Perfect time. I had the horse racing on the laptop, the Wallabies on the big screen, and I was just, fuck. I didn't look at the horse racing.
Like a fucking clown at the Ekka.
Do you think maybe? Well, this is my opinion. It just lacks narrative. That's the thing
I think maybe the opposite, like the Bledisloe and stuff. When I said before that the Wallabies are doing the opposite of batting above their weight, probably incorrect and unfair. More so, I just think we haven't tasted victory in so long.
I think the shit thing is that New Zealand is the #1 powerhouse in the world, but we play them all the fucking time.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't know if you guys have been in this situation. I personally have not, but where you continuously lose, it's like a continuous.
I know one group of people that definitely went through something like that.
Who's that? The Cowboys.
New South Wales.
the New South Wales. Yeah,
you see what I mean though? You talk to New South Wales fans,
they just don't care about Origin,
and it's just like fuck. Like it's like with us with the Bledisloe, it's like. Fuck.
Yeah,
we've got to win 2 games. It's not best of 3. We've got to win both games. Like it's
kind
just
of dejects you a little bit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think like for the players as well, like as much as they'd say it doesn't affect them, surely it does. There are people playing for the Wallabies that have never seen us hold the Bledisloe Cup.
Crazy.
Is that not fucked?
That's so fucked.
That is so fucked.
That'd be like someone playing Origin and never seeing Queensland hold the shield up.
Yeah.
In their lifetime, not in their playing lifetime, in their actual
lifetime.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. We've come close the last couple of years. Like, and some of those games have been real close.
That one in Marvel last year was fucking bullshit.
So, yeah, exactly. Yeah. There's so many instances. But I think when we get over there, it is like people will get around them.
Yeah.
And we really, like, if you have a look, we have such a good run to the final. We
like an easy path, you mean? Yeah.
We top the pool. We'll most likely get England, or Argentina, or we'll get England or Argentina in the second
England
round.
These days?
England are pretty average at the moment.
Really? Okay.
Ireland and Scotland and France all rank above them over there. Like they're just fucking awesome. Scotland just knocked them off on the weekend.
Yeah, right.
I believe. And yeah, I don't know. I think once we get the winning momentum going. We've got a couple of young throbbers coming through. Tate McDermott and Carter Gordon.
Yep.
What
was Tate's quote the other day? About wanting to he personally wants to fix rugby in Australia or something.
Yeah, and there's like Angus Bell. We met Angus down at the Brig Comp last year. He came on and like he was like apologising to. I remember Drew Mitchell was talking about it, and he's like, Angus Bell apologised for the loss and how they played. Like he's like, it's on us to like bring us out of this.
I can't remember Tate's exact quote, but it was something like, people go overseas to make more money. He's like, I'm making it my personal like mission to fix grassroots rugby in Australia and like play through the system and all that sort of shit.
Yeah.
So the boys are obviously fucking horny for it. I think what we've basically come to the conclusion is we're going to get behind whoever pulls on the green and gold.
Yeah.
Retrospectively of anything.
Whatever sport.
And for the moment, that's the Tillies. Let's fucking get behind them in a big way.
Also because Albo reckons if they win the whole thing, we're going to get a public holiday.
Yeah. I mean, like...
So, even if you're a dick, like,
even if you don't like it at all.
Selfish.
Yeah, 100%. Literally, there's not a person in Australia who doesn't have a reason to get behind the Matildas. So fucking wake up to yourselves, literally, and enjoy the day off. During the week, Klutzy sent me a clip on YouTube. And it's potentially one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Where did you find this?
I was actually watching the Batuta Advocate show on Paramount Plus.
How good is it?
Bro, it's very good. And it was the war between
NRL and Super League.
ARL and Super League.
One.
Yeah.
That was
I haven't watched it yet. So Klutzy sent me this link and I just fucking pissed myself. And I was like, we've got to bring this up on the show. Donny, can you just turn my thing up a tiny little bit,
Can you get
please?
on bottom right? Yeah, thank you. That's perfect.
Yeah, thank you. That's also perfect for me.
Horny boys.
Okay, so this is the clip that Clutzy sent me. I'll play it so everyone can hear it. It's an interview when Brent Todd signed for the Gold Coast Seagulls.
What a rugby league name.
Yeah. Brent Todd signed for the Gold Coast Seagulls in 1992.
Do you remember this, Donny?
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
Welcome back. Kiwi Test forward Brent Todd will sport new club colours in 1992. He'll trade the Canberra jersey that he's worn in 3 grand finals for that of the Wooden Spooners, the Gold Coast Seagulls. It's been the worst kept secret on the Gold Coast, but this is the signature that Wally Lewis and Larry Maloney have been waiting to add to that of State of Origin prop forward Steve Jackson's.
I was always going to come here no matter what. I made the decision way before the grand final. Well, mainly the Gold Coast is because the Sheilas are good looking. I want to fuck them all.
The best thing about it is his little grin after, and all the
He's
journos
just smiling about it.
Oh,
What I love about that is that's on like 9 News.
yeah.
Like that's on the news,
That's on
not
a proper
censored.
fucking news fucking thing. But like that sort of shit would just not cut it
Bro,
today.
if you said that today, fucking have fun in
over.
Super League.
Also, I don't know if you listened to the
Yeah,
start
you'd
of
be
that.
going to the fucking English Super League.
Yeah.
You
I
said that
don't
today.
know if you listened to the start of that, but the news reporter said he's trading his premiership winning Canberra Raiders jersey for the Wooden Spoon Gold Coast jersey. And they asked him why, and he said because he wants to fuck all the girls on the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
Oh,
So a little bit of backstory behind that you find out in the Paramount show. Apparently Super League was just offering ridiculous amounts of money, but people didn't want to talk about how much money they're getting offered. So they were just saying different reasons why they were going. So obviously he's going for the money.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
he's
yeah.
just like, I just want to fuck all the chicks.
yeah. Power to him. I
Yeah,
mean,
more power to him. They always say the game wants characters till they get them. So.
Yeah, exactly right. But it got me thinking of just some great interview moments throughout the years. Some of these are from sport when we were growing up that we'll probably all remember. Others were just random ones that I found on the internet.
Yep.
A lot of American ones when you Google this sort of stuff, so there's a few of those sprinkled in. This first one is an interview with Meta World Peace, who I don't fully know who he is. It played NBA, but he legally changed his name to Meta World
Peace. Yeah.
So obviously a pretty strange fucking dude. But here's an interview where he gets asked a pretty simple question.
Meta, I've been asking a bunch of players whether they call you Meta World Peace or Ron Artest now, and all the rookies say Meta, and all of the veterans say Ron. What's up with that? Is this some type of hazing?
Well, I'm most happy that Jesus Christ did not let me lose my teeth when I was 20 years old. But I was wondering, like, what if you kept your baby teeth until the age of 18 or 20 and then you lose them? That would look pretty bad. So I just think he's really brilliant that you lose your teeth when you're a baby rather than lose it when you're like 30 or 20. That has nothing to do with your question, but that was definitely on my mind.
That has nothing to do with your question. No.
Yeah, but that was definitely on my mind. It's like, okay, sure. Thanks for hearing us out.
Dude, that is better world peace at his best.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I don't know who he is.
I
So.
have no idea who the fuck he
Oh
is.
yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah.
That is so fucking funny. No, he was a polarizing figure in the NBA, I believe.
Yep.
That's fucking hilarious.
This next one was, I'm sure everyone will know him, Shaquille O'Neal.
Yeah.
Got asked a question by a reporter and had a pretty funny response. Like this one, there's no way this one would make the TV in this day and age.
Question right here. Shaq, let's just say that a snake bit your mom right up here, right in the chest area. Would you be willing to suck the venom out to win the title?
No, but I will with your wife.
And the point
It just points at the dude.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, fucking cop
I
that.
love that. There was someone a few years ago, so apparently it's, I don't have the clip here, but back in the 1987 Super Bowl, the Giants won, and the quarterback Phil Simms was paid to look down the camera when they asked him about his MVP and just say, I'm going to Disney World.
Yeah.
And there was a guy a few years ago, Malcolm Smith, he was a linebacker for the Seahawks when they won. And they're like, Malcolm Smith, what are you going to do as Super Bowl MVP? He's like, I'm going to Disney World. Just like so excited.
This one hits a little bit closer to home from us. I'm not even going to introduce it because you boys will know exactly what it is, but it's after the NRL Grand Final a few years ago.
Jeez. How was that? How did that feel?
Yeah, no, it's pretty good. I mean, I played pretty shit tonight, but I got the ring and, yeah, it's for sale. I need to pay for all the beers I'm about to sell. Yeah, it's not bad.
You felt what it was like a couple of years ago, what it's like to lose. Can you give us a comparison?
Yeah, no, it's so much better, Freddie, so much better. I mean, I wish I could just bottle it up and drink it all off season, but I can't wait to take this back home to my mum and dad. You know, everything they sacrificed to put me in this position that I'm in right now, and this is definitely for them. So I'm super stoked, and I just can't wait to get on the piss with all the boys. And
who's your drinking partner?
I'll take anyone as long as they'll drink a lot.
Can we not give Josh a card too much? Can we hold him back?
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll get Christian Roach too drunk to play Origin. So, yeah,
Munster, we can get Munster on the drink?
Yeah. He'll probably do something stupid. So, I'll get him on the beers for you. Let's go.
My favourite thing about that one, that was obviously the year of COVID when Origin was post-season. So after the grand final, I think they had a week off and then they played 3 Origin games back-to-back or something.
Yeah.
And look, I didn't realise it at the time hearing that interview, but Freddie Fittler, the coach of New South Wales, says to Brandon Smith, get Munster so drunk that he can't play. And if you remember correctly, Munster basically had to be dragged.
Yeah, Munster called up Wayne Bennett asking if he could have an extra day off.
Yeah, so he could continue to celebrate with the team. And he was dragged from camp after a bender and went out there as part of the shittest NRL, State of Origin team of all time.
They played one of the best series ever.
And won the Origin.
So good.
Over money, just absolutely fucking
so thanks for that one, Freddie Fittler. And last but not least, one of my absolute favourites of the current era, Kerry O'Keefe. Some of the shit that he says in the cricket commentary every summer, there's no way that shit like this, like I almost guarantee we will look back at these 2 clips I'm about to show you in 20 years' time and react to the same way we reacted to that Gold Coast one. Like, if you think about it, these are both so fucked. This is what he's saying. There's basically a slips catch. I think Steve Smith's taken the catch, and there was conjecture as to whether if he got his fingers under the ball or if it hit the deck.
Out, Kerry? Oh, definitely out. Only Bob Marley could find grass in that.
He's got that laugh too. He just laughs at all his jokes. So I watched just so many of his clips today, and one of them he's like, I'm always guaranteed one laugh when I tell a joke. My own. And this is the final one again, Kerry O'Keefe in the cricket.
Yes. Let's have a look at this.
Mohamed Shami.
Shami's good in the wet.
My favourite part about that one as well is if you can find it on YouTube, Howie obviously goes Shami, and you just see this smirk come across his face, and he knows what he's going to say before he even serves it. But shout out to Kerry O'Keefe, the great man. We'd love to get him on the podcast one day.
That'd be... I would not be able to talk. I'd just be laughing and
pissing
crying.
ourselves the whole time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So good. Kerry, just do an hour of one-liners.
Yeah, we'd love it. Yeah.
All right, so I've been spending a lot of time on TikTok lately.
Fuck yeah, it's so good.
An ungodly amount of time. And what I'm seeing a lot of people do is these blind rankings. So pretty much what me and Darcy have done, Klutz, is come up with a list of great Aussie Australian moments, or just moments in general.
Sporting moments of Australia, you could say.
Okay.
Maybe not all of them are great. Maybe they all are. You don't know that.
Exactly.
Part of the fun.
And what it is you're going to be blind ranking them. We're going to hit you with them one at a time, and you're going to list them 1 through 8. And hopefully... you get them in a good order. But it's really going to be on you to decide where you should be placing it. Because we thought, who would be best to decide this? And it's a mind as great as yours that we've come across.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I will... do you want me to keep note of the order that you put them in on my phone?
I got it here. That'd be good, actually. Yeah.
All right.
So Don will read them out to you. Happy to discuss and help you place them as well.
Absolutely. So there's 8 here, and we need you to put them in order 1 through 8.
Okay.
As best to your ability.
So the first moment that we have is Ash Barty winning Wimbledon and going into retirement at her top.
Ooh, fuck. See, that's big. Now, am I saying from a personal point of view or from the nation's point of view?
Oh, from the nation.
From the nation.
From the nation? Yeah. Fuck. That is big, but I'm just not a big tennis man.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 3.
Okay, that's still high. That's still very high.
Still high,
Still very high.
But it's a fucking great
it's
moment.
a big achievement.
Yeah, exactly right.
Okay. Queensland win Origin in 2020.
Worst team of all time. No one gave us a chance. Cam Munster off the back of
That
the
was
bender.
fucking sick.
It was huge for the nation. This, especially up here.
Yeah, the Queensland nation.
Fuck, this is going to be so difficult.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Fuck, if we're going from a nation standpoint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Barty's 3.
And Barty's 3. But I love Queensland. Fuck. I'm going to go 5.
5. Okay.
Okay, 5. Okay. The underarm cricket delivery of 1981 by the Aussies.
That was sick. That was sick. Fuck New Zealand. No, I'm going to go 7.
7.
Surely there's something worse.
Okay. The AFL Grand Final draw of 2010.
You know what? I'm putting it as an 8 because that's an absolute fucking farce.
Okay, 8. That's
Yeah. You know why? It's because they've just put their all, like the next game. Like there's one team that's just played the best game of the season.
Yeah.
And then they got to go do it again.
Yeah.
You're not prepared for it.
Yeah.
That's fucking last. Change the fucking rule, which I think they have.
Okay.
Also, did you know that was in 2010?
Yeah.
I swear that was like 2019.
Yeah.
When I read
Crazy.
that today, I was like, holy shit.
We've got Steve Bradbury winning it at the Winter Olympics.
What numbers are 1, 2, 4, 6?
Yep.
I'm going to go a 6.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. A bit rough on Stephen.
So now what do we have left for 2
1,
and
1, 2, and 4, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Let's go. Huge moment for the nation, this one. People in the streets. It was absolute chaos. Penrith Panthers winning the NRL Grand Final 2021.
4. I can't help but think I've been stitched up here.
Wow.
Well, it's your ranking, mate. You stitched yourself up.
What's doing the rankings here? I don't know.
Okay.
So we've got 2 left here.
Oh, no.
Can
Can I just say, before we do these final 2, I said my first 2 and I was like, I'm about to be stitched up mightily hard by the end.
So we've got Kathy Freeman winning gold at Sydney Olympics.
Oh, wow. Fuck. That was huge.
It was massive. But do we have another one bigger on this
Probably
list?
not, knowing you.
Well, I don't know. Like, we could. A bit of deal or no deal about this. I fucking love it.
Oh, okay. We're going to go 2.
2?
Yeah.
Wow, so you think that the best Australian
Oh, no.
sporting moment of all time was Sandpaper Gate? That's kind of weird, bro.
Yeah, you know why? I'll justify it, all right? So Davey goes out of all the shit. We get rid of Bancroft. And Stephen goes away. Davey and Stephen come back and absolutely dominate. Well, David not as much as Stephen, but also we get Marnus Labuschagne out of it when Stephen comes back. There's a lot of things that have happened because of Sandpaper Gate. It brought us together.
It's the greatest moment in Australian sport.
It is.
Yeah. Kathy Freeman, move over.
What's the final
There's
list?
80 grit. So in first place, we got Sandpaper Gate. Second, Kathy Freeman at the Sydney Olympics.
Yep.
Third, Ash Barty winning Wimbledon and retiring. Fourth, the Panthers GF of 2021. Fifth, Queensland in the 2020 Origin Series. Sixth, Steve Bradbury falling over at the Winter Olympics and winning. Seven, the underarm delivery. And 8, the AFL Grand Final draw in 2010.
Yeah,
Could have been a lot
It
worse.
could have been a lot
Could have
worse.
been a lot worse.
You know what? I'm not actually laughing that much at the Penrith one at 4.
Yeah.
Because they were, like, it's just a bunch of boys from Western Sydney,
Came
Mount
up through
Druitt
the system
area.
together,
Like,
yeah.
you know,
Fair enough.
the area they've grown up in, not known as, like, the best area in the world.
It's the area.
Yeah. But, like, I used to love actually watching those Panthers when they were a lot younger before they became arrogant as fuck. But they have a reason to be arrogant as fuck.
The 2020 Panthers season was one of my favourite seasons to watch ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they were just so good at footy.
Yeah, and just fucking loving it and proving everyone wrong.
Yeah.
And so
freaks.
when they lost, I was like, oh, that sucks. Are they ever going to come back?
And now it's like,
now
fuck.
it's like, holy shit.
But you know what? Like, I think that speaks volumes to the Penny Panthers is because all of us in this room would
Hate
have
them.
loved watching them back in the day.
Yeah.
Back in the day, 4 or 5 years ago. And now it's like, fuck those dogs because they're so good.
But it's the same reason why we hate New South Wales.
Yeah.
Like you hate them because they're good. Like,
Yeah.
I don't hate the Cowboys because they just suck. Like I kind of like them, but
Thanks,
don't
man.
hate them.
Thanks, man.
But I think you've done pretty well there, Clutzy. That could have gone much worse.
I feel like I want to make one next week and make it a little bit harder. Maybe me and you should team up and get one for Dars.
Yeah, we can bring that back next week for sure. I liked it. All right, should we get into the tips? All right, final segment of the week, our tips. Strange week of NRL last week. Like we all knew the Bronx were going to win.
No, that was probably the biggest hang-up of the whole weekend. That was the strangest moment of the whole weekend for
definitely.
me.
Yeah, not when the Cowboys fell out of the top 8. No, wasn't
No,
it?
that was weirder, obviously. But the Broncos winning was even weirder than that.
Yeah, crazy that a team coming second would beat a team coming 10th. But you know who would have
There's,
thought?
there's those tier 1 teams for you.
Everyone loves them. Anyway, hopefully we have a bit better luck this week with our tipping. Thursday night, the 10th of August, 4 Pines Park, Sydney. We got the Seagulls taking on the Panthers.
Panthers are going to pump them in a big way.
Yeah, I think Panthers are going to win in a big way.
They're on a Harlem Globetrotter tour right
This
now.
is the Seagulls season, and it's going to be so good to see it go down at Brookvale.
I did say, and I touched on this earlier, that the Panthers can't keep winning and blah, blah, blah. And I still kind of believe that, but if the Storm can't beat them at home, then
Manly's not going to beat
Manly's
them.
got no fucking chance.
Absolutely not. I think they're just like reminding everyone who they are.
Yeah, Panthers in a big way for me. Also, it's been a while since we've had like a proper blockbuster on a Thursday, hasn't it?
Yeah, they've been so bad for so long.
I think that is always the case, though. I reckon
they start strong and fade off.
90% of the time you go, oh, we haven't had a good Thursday night game. It's like, yeah, because there never is.
You know the Bronx have played Saturday for like the last 12 games in a row or something?
Yeah, because I think there was a massive thing about how they never have to play Saturdays.
Yeah, right. So just gave them 12.
Because the last few
12
years
in a
they
row.
always play Thursday, Friday.
Exactly 7 days to recover. Fuck, yeah, that's
Shout out to Liam Ford. There's a good chance there's a pizza. Yep, pizza.
Friday the 11th of August, 6 p.m. Sharks Titans, PointsBet Stadium in Sydney. I'm jumping on the Sharkies.
I'm going on the Sharkies here.
After what they've done in Perth last week, that was they led them 26-0 at one point. Obviously, led in a bunch of tries at the end. But South.
I thought South were going to pump them by 50 points. So, yeah, that was one of the upsets from last week, obviously. But, yeah, I'm taking the Sharks over the Titans.
No, the problem is that the Titans can score, and the Sharks are a bit rough at defense, but I think the Sharks will just be able to well.
Too important for the Sharks this game.
Yeah.
It means too much to them. The second game on Friday, the Brisbane Broncos taking on the Parramatta Eels, not Seals, at the Gabba.
I'm going the Bronx. Bronx to winner in a big way. It's their last game at the Gabba.
Yep.
It's been successful at the Gabba.
It has been.
Haven't dropped one.
Been a successful season, full stop. I'm tipping the Broncos.
Very true.
I think the Eels are pretenders. I've said it 100 times. There was people talking about Walsh being out, but he got named. So Ricky's back. Jordan Ricky's back.
There's few teams in the
Renault's
comp
back.
I hate to see succeed more than Parramatta.
Yeah, me too.
Few teams.
Yeah.
Bluey's got Parramatta at $3.70 at the moment. The line bet might be all right there, depending on. Nah, it's fucked. 11.5.
Yeah,
I reckon if the Broncos found a way to beat the Cows.
I thought if it was like 20, maybe that'd be all right. But
Take the Bronx at the line then.
Yeah, true.
There you go. There's a little side bet for you.
That's what I'm thinking now. If the Broncos found a way to beat the Cows, I don't know who's going to beat them.
Yeah, probably no one. So you're saying they're your new favourite for the Premiership, Broncos?
I wouldn't go that far.
Okay, sure. So someone will beat them.
Outside of Penrith.
Okay, sure. I'll take that. Saturday, the 12th of August, Game 1, Super Saturday, 3 p.m. Bunnies, Dragons, Barlow Park in Cairns.
Bunnies with a 13-plus victory to cement themselves inside the 8.
I think everyone thought I shouldn't say that because I don't know what everyone thinks, but I thought the Bunnies were going to absolutely run a train through the Sharks last weekend.
Everyone did.
And they didn't, and I think this week they're going to go, holy shit, we need to fucking
We need to turn it on. Trelmit's third
felt
game
like
back.
that for a while, though.
Yeah.
They've had a few scary games.
Yep.
And I think, Maddie was talking about it. I put up a post earlier this week. Out of their last 10, they've won 3.
Shit.
Because they haven't really had continuity in the team.
Yeah.
So, no, they've won 4. They beat the Tigers twice. They beat the Titans, and they beat the Wars.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's a big scalp, the Wars, but like the rest of them, beating the Tigers twice does nothing for me, sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, well, your team couldn't do it, but sure.
Well, we beat them once in a big way.
Also, didn't you lose by 66 and you said they sucked ass after the game?
No, you're thinking of the old cows. This is the new cows.
New cows, sorry, my mistake.
Real cows suck ass.
Real cows. Against the Dragons, though, I'm tipping South.
This is a fever dream. Why are Souths and the Dragons playing in
In
Cairns?
Cairns.
Yeah.
What is
Weird.
actually doing?
No idea. Glad I'm not going to be there, to be honest. The 5:30 games, Tigers, Waz just simply win that by 100. In what? You know, apparently...
Yeah, this is good.
So it's in New Zealand, and apparently it is a Tigers home game.
Love that.
And they're the only team that held up their promise of playing their home game in New Zealand because New Zealand played over here during COVID.
I saw some stuff about this. Was there a promise, or was it just fans saying that they should?
I don't think it was a promise. I think it was
promise is getting thrown around loosely.
Yeah, I don't think it was a promise, but I think it was like in good faith because they gave up 2
seasons.
3 seasons, basically.
Yeah.
I just wasn't aware that we weren't allowed to throw around words that we didn't mean on this podcast, but sure.
Well, yeah, I think like I promised the Cows would win on Saturday, and we see how that ended up for me. So
Yeah,
I think
true.
throwing around promises like that is only done by me. So
Yeah, sure.
yeah, that's good for the Tigers though. But it's probably because no one wanted to fucking watch them play at home. So
Yeah, so it'll be nice to see him get pumped by
they
50
probably looked
points.
at the calendar and went, all the way in round 25? Yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here.
They'll be throwing shit at us.
So go the Waz.
The Waz will pack that out too. It should be a good game for them. I'm tipping the Waz. And the final game on Saturday, Roosters Dolphins at Allianz. What do we reckon?
I think the Dolphins can make it hard.
Yeah.
But they've been playing for 60 minutes for the last 12 weeks.
That's what I was about to say. The Finns at full strength and full fitness, I'd be backing him, but I just don't know if they can hold on. They look like they're just running out of steam. Don't have the cavalry.
The Roosters are touchable.
Yeah, 100%.
Is anyone else a bit... Okay, I don't know if this is a hot take. The way that Wayne is acting in some presses is annoying me a little bit.
I haven't been watching the
What's
press.
he been doing? He just... When he wins... He's very, very cheeky. He's a cheeky old man. And I was like, oh, cute old Uncle Wayne. And when he loses, he is so sour.
Yeah,
so he was in an interview earlier this week, after the loss, and they said, oh, what do you think it was that was the reason you lost tonight? And he just goes, oh, well, you watched the game, didn't you? And the guy's like, yeah, but I want to know your opinion. And Wayne's like, well, that's my opinion, so I can decide whether I want to give you my opinion. I'm like, bro, why do you think you're there? Like, that is the only reason you're there is to give your opinion.
Yeah.
Ask a better question.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
But, like, what do you ask?
Where's Dwayne is what I'd be asking.
Yeah. Where is Dwayne? It's a
But
great
no,
question.
I just wish Wayne kept that same cheeky energy even when he loses.
Well, the cheeky energy's coming back this weekend because I'm actually at $3.30 odd.
Ooh.
I'm taking the Dolphins.
Well, they did it once before.
Yeah.
They've done it once before.
Yeah. They were a lot longer than 3:30 that day as well. They were 7:50 or something.
What a day that was.
That was a great day.
I'm taking Finns.
I'm going to go Roosters, but I'm not sure about it. There you go. And part of me, fuck it, I'm going to take the Finns. Why
Yeah,
not?
fuck it.
Yeah,
We've just cursed
Finns
them again. Every
Yeah.
time all three of us have gone in together, we have cursed the team.
Rounding out the weekend, Sunday footy, Clutzy Storm versus the Canberra Raiders, Amy Park, 2 p.m. Tough game.
Is it though?
Danger.
Well, I think it is.
Danger.
Storm haven't been in as good a form as they have been in previous years. Panthers. Raiders in shocking form as well, though.
Look, it's a few weeks out for finals. We've basically got a full strength team back. Going back to Melbourne, playing against the Raiders, who on Bluey are paying $4.05.
There's something about Raiders Storm games that is just must watch footy.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because they both play, I hate to use the word negative, but like quite a systematic, grindy style of footy.
Yeah.
But it seems to be whenever these two play each other, it's quite like high energy and like anything could happen.
Fourth v fifth as well, so lots
Which
of
is
play.
just fucking mental. I don't think either of them really deserve to be in their spots, to be completely
The thing
honest.
is, the Raiders won by more than 12 points all year?
Not more than 10, I believe.
No.
That's fucked. That's a fucked stat.
So
even the Cowboys won.
And also Sebastian Chris, who has been one of their best players all year, is
What a
out.
thing and isn't that crazy when Seb Chris being an out in a
It's
team
huge.
coming fifth is a big deal.
Yeah.
There's no knock on Seb Chris.
No.
I love Seb Chris. He puts in work.
But it's no
just-
Adam Reynolds, like
No.
key halfback being out, and you still come out and win by that many points.
I don't know how the Raiders are doing it. And why are my Cows out of the 8? If the fucking Raiders are fifth. What is actually doing?
I think it'll be a tough game, but I'm backing the Storm.
Yeah.
I'm backing the Storm.
I think the Storm
The
should get
Storm
it
win in a big way.
Storm at home, bouncing back.
Dude, this is like, all right, just having a look at the Storm team, I'm a little bit hard. Meany at fullback, Warbrick and Coates on the wings.
Coates
Seve
back,
had
big.
young Tonamapia in the centres. Seve's keeping Justin Olam out of a spot.
Yeah, crazy.
Like, that's fucked. Munster and Hughes, awesome. Tui Kamakamika would have to be one of the hardest people to stop in the league. Christian Welch, Harry Grant, Trent Lorea, Tom Eisenhuth, Josh King. And then the bench for impact. Bronson Garlick, Eliasa Katoa on the bench, Nelson Asofa Solomona off the bench, and Tepe Maria. Like, that is just good luck stopping us. We're going to fucking win by 30 points.
I also think Raiders on the descend out of the 8.
Yeah.
Maybe not out of the 8, but on the way down.
They've got a parachute on.
Yeah.
I think it's a race against the clock.
Yeah, got a parachute on. Yeah, and
Like,
the Storm are
they're-
just going to be trying to shoot holes in it
they're
tonight.
floating down.
on
It's just
Sunday.
like, how far down do they
Storm
go?
hate Raiders.
Storm hate Raiders.
Yeah.
Also, quick shout out to Ryan Pappen, Houston.
Oh, mate.
Back playing
that
footy.
was so good to see.
So sick.
Did you see the shot Juzzy put on too?
No.
Yeah, that was big.
Guru posted something like, so Justin Olam was playing this and put a shot on. It's like, yeah, think back to that bloke last night at the pub that said he had to go home early because he's playing Justin Olam tomorrow.
Yeah. That's terrifying stuff, isn't it?
Mate, just quickly as well, that Sunny Coast Falcons back line was basically like, you could almost put them into the Storm and be like, oh, yeah, sweet, that's a
they'll
good
play.
starting
Yeah.
NRL
Does
team.
anyone know what's doing with Juzzy? Has he been dropped on form or is he injured?
I
No.
think,
So he just said.
like, Seve's been playing awesome, but I think
Right.
there's word that Juzz is getting shopped around. I think there's a few little things he's not doing.
Okay.
Had a
It's
bit of
definitely
a
not breaking
Eating.
people in half.
Yeah, or
bit of
training in the
a-
gym. Yeah.
yeah. There's been some chatter.
Yeah, okay.
In some inner circles
Ooh.
with my little birds.
You've got some birds on the
I've got
loose.
some birds.
Ooh.
But yeah, like apparently, I don't know. He might be a little bit out of favour. He's just not exactly
In favour.
in favour.
We'll take him with the cows. We'll
Yeah.
take him with the
Yeah.
cows.
I don't know. He could just need a new system, you know.
Yeah, change up.
He's a good player, but if there's things that he's not
He's
doing,
definitely NRL level.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like,
fucking
without
oath.
a fucking doubt.
So that's a 3-way whitewash for the Storm in this room. We're all tipping the Storm.
yep.
Potentially game of the round, though. Oh, I don't know. Who knows?
There's a few that, like, at this stage of the year, anything can go anywhere.
Yeah. Storm 13+.
Reckon cows get a job done against the bye this weekend?
Well, I was going to say
hope
there's one
so.
team who's not on the list for this week, and that's the Cowboys. They were humped into submission so hard they need a week off. But the final game of the round is the Knights versus the Bulldogs.
Knights.
Knights going to be way too good.
Kalen Ponga is possibly the most informed player in the comp at the moment.
Yeah.
Yep. In a
He
big way.
is playing the
What
house
happens,
down.
like, if Origin was getting played at the end of the year, like, if Origin
Yeah,
was
yeah.
at the end of the year,
I'd be taking Ponga.
yeah?
Fuck yeah.
Ponga
Mate,
over
Reese's great, but Ponga has that couple more years experience.
Yeah.
He still has the same X factor, but he has the decision making.
Also,
I love
if
KP.
we're saying that Origin's at the end of the year, then Reese wouldn't have had that Origin series he just had.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
before, you know what I'm saying? Like before the series, people were talking about who's going to be Wonga or Polish. Walsh or Ponga. And to me, I was like, no way that Ponga loses his spot. Like
Yeah.
game 3
Yeah.
last year, he was best on ground.
Okay, well-
you pick him on that. But
so you can't weasel out of it if we picked next year's teams today.
today, yeah, fuck.
Oh, okay.
Tough.
I'd have Ponga there,
Yeah.
and I'd be seriously weighing up
Walsh at 14.
Walsh at 14, as well as a H grant or something.
Ooh.
Because Benny Hunt can play 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can if he has to, yeah. Well, that's fuck. How good is it to be from Queensland? Eh?
Yeah.
And then,
it's
and
good.
Even this
then
chat's getting me
once-
horny and Origin's
once
like
Benny
fucking 8
Hunt
months away.
once Benny Hunt retires, you got H grant there.
That's
and then
just
you've
simple.
got either Ponga or Walsh. I reckon Walsh could do a job slotting in the dummy half for like
because you know what's gonna
15.
Yeah, what's going to happen is just by sheer luck, just like Harry came to us from the heavens above at
Yeah.
the end of Smith's career. When Benny Hunt goes, there'll be another one.
Yep.
We don't know
Yep.
where he is right now. He could just be a twinkle in someone's
He could
eye.
be having a fucking beer downstairs at the
He
Caxton.
really could,
Yeah.
but there'll
Yeah.
be another career best 9 just floated down to
Blake
us.
Moser, isn't there big raps on him?
Yeah,
Moser?
massive
Moser?
There we go.
Yeah.
How good for us.
Yep. Yep. There you go. So yeah, I'm tipping the Knights in a big way. Ponga
Yep.
to put his stamp on the comp. I just had a quick look at the ladder. Rabbitohs in 8th place, 26 points. Knights 7th place, 27 points. Sharks 6th, 28 points. Raiders 5th, 30 points. Storm 4th, 30 points. So 4 to 8, there's only 4 points separating them. And then there's 2 teams also sitting on 26, which is equal 8th. in the Eels and the Cowboys. So
Yeah.
lot to
The
play
Cowboys
for.
get the 2 points for the bye this week to
Yep.
put them on 28.
So if South somehow lose, hello.
But if Knights get up and the Raiders go down, it's going to be very interesting.
What's your knee jerk? I know we got to get out of here. What's your knee jerk? Do the Cows make the 8 from you too? You reckon?
I think the Cows make the 8, and if the Raiders, depending on their run home, don't go well because of their for and against, they're fucked. Negative 70 odd or something, for and against.
If you're looking at it basically on who's in the 8 and who's out of the 8 now, out of the top 8, who I think is going to drop out, if anyone, Raiders. I think Souths, even though they're in 8th position, will come home way too strong, way too good.
Wet sale, so you reckon?
Yep. Knights, the exact same. They're humming, more so than the Sharks. So I think Raiders to drop out, Cows to slot in above the Eels. So
Okay.
you really need the Bronx to win this week against the Eels.
Yeah. In a big way.
Sharkies possibly as well could
Yep.
drop out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
because like it is good what they did in Perth, but like,
Yeah.
it was a shock.
Yeah. That's pretty much all we got time for this week. A long one.
Yeah, fuck.
Hopefully it was a good one. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on Monday. Donny, thanks for jumping on. Make sure you go follow Donny and check out all of his amazing content at Donny Sports everywhere. And next week, we're actually going to be recording earlier in the week because there's a public holiday up here in Brizzy. But we're hoping that Donny's shirt arrives on Monday, so we should be sweet.
Fuck yeah, sounds good.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.